Hey everybody, this is Mag, aka McGee, and I'm bringing you some Sons of the Forest. So, on my small cabin build showcasing, a viewer Rodrigo Boto commented, "Amazing build. Please tell me, how did you make that porch? I'm trying something very similar in my cabin." Well, instead of telling you, I figured I'd show you. Now, let's get into it. All right. Welcome and good day to you. We're going to get into that small cabin porch cover with a roof and everything today. And I'm not going to do any spiffy railing, but I'll set it up kind of like as if I was going to get myself ready for it. I always just do them in the beginning. I try to hold them off and do the critiquing stuff later on. So yeah, let's get into it. So we'll just go ahead and start with that half base. And if I start right here, I was having an issue with the stair connecting earlier, so I'm going to show you a little go around on that. So, all right, nothing further ado, let's get on her. So yeah, we've got that one portion that's on the side that is too wide. So we're going to line it up, 1 and 2. So if that's that one side, we'll go ahead and square it off if we want. Let's get her in there, because it is that 4x4 or that 2x2. 4 squares. Anyway, yeah. So we got those. Right here is about where the stairs come down, and we want to go out and everything, right? So let's just go ahead and hook it up. So we know this one's going to go out to 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's including the stairs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go ahead and drag this one right here back and around. Okay, and this one too. Ahead. I like leading them from these backside ones just in case anything happens. And I remove them. It doesn't go swivel everywhere. So yeah, just try to keep in mind the directions of the arrows are pretty specific. There is some specificity to it. So, all right, we got those areas, right? So like I said, right here is where those stairs come down, and we know we got that one right there. But as you can see, you can't go along and fill in a full stair unless you have a wall, a full wall. So we have to kind of create that railing right here. And we'll notice when I go to do it, right, that let's see if it does it again. So like, yeah, those. So it's because say, we want the frame to have those connections. And then also I like to put my railing up on that. So like, yeah. Anywho, back to it. So we've got that. Now, whenever we take that full log and we try to connect the stairs, it may not work. It might, yep, see, it was red there for a moment. Ugh, it hates working for me whenever there's so much going on. So yeah, anyway, it's red. Like, oh shit, snap, that ain't gonna work. Right, so, but anyway, seriously, you take this longer one, drop her back down on that right there, and then come on in with your, your I want to call it hammer, and then I said sledge in my brain. No, your axe. Yo, it's an axe. Yes. So knock her down. Boom. You got that straight sideways one that you're gonna need. So we all know that's gonna be half up because we're gonna have like railing. But if I was setting this up for like rails later on, what I tend to do is let's go ahead and put this frame in. That way we got an idea what she's looking like. So yeah. All right, and this one, again, I like roll in left to right, and then front to back. All right, never go back to front. And my ear itches. Give me one moment. Oh yeah. Mm. Okay, so, like I said, here we are with the frame. We've got the stairs to drop down right there. And then, of course, you're going to have like that one half log that goes down and in. But, unfortunately, if you wanted to do your railing, you'd have to kind of like start it now, like on this one. The rest of them could probably go later, but just so you don't have any oopsies, mess ups, or anything, it would be easier to do this one because this one don't really have anything that's going to be supporting it for you to take it out and slam it back up in. it gets a little finicky sometimes. But anyway, say I was going to do my railing, and I'm going to do my railing later. I'll just put these out. I don't care about all the logs that lay around everywhere. It does not bug me at all. I'll go around, do some cleanup when it does. So, yeah, for the moment, just so that we can have our sockets in there instead of having the railings in there, because, you know, whenever you put that pretty railing in there, you don't have a socket anymore, which just kind of like, that really bugs me. I mean, yeah, you could do this or whatever, right? And like, you had something, you slam it up. Sometimes works, sometimes don't. It's an almond joy. So anyway, like I said, I don't want to do my railings right now. So I would just take and throw the logs at any every time. So yeah. Anywho, lock them in, give them sockets, and also we want to make sure we've got this floor in. So this kind of keeps you nice, good frame. Boop, boop, and scoop. And like I said, this is that one area. We log it in just so that we know. All right. Anywho, back on those rails. Like I said, fill her in later. I don't care if I did that. That's fine. Go ahead and knock that one down. Grab that. Now, the reason why I would do this first is because a lot of the time I forget and I just go ahead and half log it up and then I forget, oh yeah, I have this one that's right here in this corner of a wall and I can't do nothing about it. So like, yeah, and then you take it all apart, just put it all back together again. Like I said, those give you an issue right here because it wants to slam them down and on, over and up, and say I didn't want to pick it up. That's gonna be the fun part. That can lock down, but this one wants to usually pick it up, and no, it don't. Okay, so what I do here, ready, is I just lock it in, get this one set up, and like I said, later on, I can do what I need to. And pick them up again. That's yeah. All right. Again. That is now 1/2 up, right? That's like where our railings are. Go ahead and grab these stairs. Oops. And put them into place. All right. And there we go. Now, the porch and inside the buildings are only one log high. But the porch has that quarter drop down, which kind of gives that 3/4 wall look up at the top from the roofs. And the one roof over here actually has half from the center, but we'll get to it. Here we are. This one I need. Oh, that's right. Forgets. So you gotta work it until you can't anymore. And if I have to console log them, I will. So I can do that with a half. I don't have to quarter up. I can just there. And then is that a 3/4 up? But I don't need it. I just yeah, I'm an idiot. It's okay. Sometimes it happens to the best of us. It still won't let me knock it down. Now it'll let me knock it down. Okay, there we go. Now we're right where we need to be. Kinda. Anywho, now. Damn it. I keep fucking up. There we go. I need this to have a socket. That's why I did that. And I need it to not lift it up. So I have to put that in there. Now, for the top. Okay. We got that. Now, this, like I said, kind of like one of those temporary things. This is a permanent because it's holding up those logs, which is fine. Like I said, that's why I wait sometimes for the porch to be done later, because then you gotta go in, you gotta destroy. So yeah, I'll just work it little bits at a time. Anywho, let's go ahead and work on this inside here. Get the inner wall done. Scaffolding, if you will. Here we go. Now, I'm in such a habit that I forget that this is going to be one tall, so I can actually fulfill these as a single log for the flooring, because this is flooring, so. All right, and that be that. Okay, so we've got the shape going. Now we've got to get that roof in there. This is the fun part. So, everything has like that quarter drop, right? Which is from this end. So we'll put that log there, and then we'll put that, 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 and that. But that falls down back to this way, going that way. So we take this one out and put that there. Okay. Now the game has a problem doing those like drop downs unless it's like a square base all the way around. Then you can get that center log in. A lot of the time it's just because it needs to have this like this center, this whole full square. Like if one of these is missing, it doesn't always do it. It has issues thinking. So boom, there's our corner. Now, oop, that's fine because there's floor in there anyway. Now this one, don't drop down yet, or I'll show you. We'll just drop it down. And there's that. All right, so we've got our roof there. This one wraps around. It's really easy. All of these are just going to be 3/4 tall. Yep, I love it. Technically, on this one, we are, oops, I think has issues with it sometimes. We are pretty much there for that one. Now, what I have here is this. Oh, we had windows in that, right? That's because this one went like that. Yeah. It allowed me to put in that center window. I mean, you can do that with all of these right here, honestly, but we're going to leave this corner because we have this right here, which is going to actually have to drop down under that. So you can't drop anything under anything. It doesn't work. You can't have anything on top of it. So, like I said, oh, and of course I'll unlock that. So once you put those wall in full, you can put that log back in. So this area here, boom. Now, this is where the quarter drop starts. Again, we just make sure it's a full square with a drop, and it gives the center thing. Okay, this is the fun one. Because you have this, right? And we're going to use this 3/4 in a moment too. All right, so you have that. We need that for this to drop down, but if you notice, you have like this gap and it's going to make this little thingy go in there, and you don't want that. You want a full wall to be coming up through there. So you take one of those 3/4, wherever it went. We'll make a new one. There it is. And you put that sucker right there. And then you can get the drop down through it because it's not a full log. So yeah. Now I like to connect these, keeps them nice and even. We want to lock her down. Now, again, we have this one. It needs its quarter drop down. Because that is a 3/4 log in the wall, we are allowed to see that socket. Again, we're going to connect there. And then we got our drop down. Boom. Which, of course, we can even put in our little hole hiding. So, here we are on this side. Nice and good. We know this is a 3/4 up. Okay. And here we are at the next fun part. Now, we need another quarter drop right here. But we also know that we have a wall, a full wall. Once again, we get that quarter drop down, we slam it in. Go ahead and just keep everything kind of in a square. If it'll let you remove it later, it lets you remove it later. You can just, it just kind of keeps you a good frame of mind of squaring everything out. So here we are on this one. Now I need a 1/2 and a 1/2, right? This is where it gets to be fun. But there was something that I needed, and it was that. Okay, so don't connect that just yet. This is where it gets to be the finicky part. Oof. Okay. I think I can just do this, I think. I know I did it with a 1/4 and a 1/4 and I worked it. And that's kind of a waste of logs if you're playing on survival. So right here, I think I need to put that 3/4 wall in and that 3/4 wall in. Oh, that's why I needed that. Okay. Like I said, if you don't have that one portion squared out, or that center little piece, it doesn't always give it to you. But look, boom, it gave it to me, which is nice. I like that. Sweet. I don't have to go messing around here, there, and everywhere. All right, now where's my next 1/2? Because we know the inside, that's a 1/2. It's full up. There you go. And then that was the 3/4 up, right? Yep, yep, yep. There we go. There's that. Come on, give it to me. This is where it gets to be annoying. There it was. That. I think I can put in the rest of these. Man, this thing is so finicky sometimes. Okay. Now these, you can either finish up with just 3/4 logs, full logs, depends upon what you're wanting. Like I said, you could take that out and work it the rest of the way up. You can reconnect that if you need to. And come on, bug. There you go. That's pretty much how you do this one. So that's that roof. And there should be. All right. So, yeah, pretty simple. You just have to kind of keep in mind where you're dropping down, where you're coming out, and whether or not you need to use like the 3/4 log versus the full log. Because on a 3/4 log, you're not allowed to put your windows in. So, like, yeah, there's that. And, let's see. They look perfect. I left myself a thing. So, I wanted to put it there. There we go. Because you cannot knock out these. Even though you can knock those down and out. And then you can add some more definition because it allows you to touch them from the 3/4. But yeah. Huh. All right. So, have any questions, comments, anything like that? Just let me know. And, guess I'll see y'all around. Goodbye. And a quarter. Well, it might even just be a quarter.